I'm going to provide a brief overview to the law and procedure for police investigations and police interview under caution. The legislation for this is covered by the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, which came about as a result of the Scarman Report into the Brixton Riots in 1981. So the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, frequently shortened to PACE, that governs the procedure that should be followed during a police investigation, and in particular the procedure to be followed during interview under caution and treatment of people who are under arrest. So a police interview is the central element of the police investigation. There are other elements such as, for example, ID procedure, but the central element is normally the interview under caution. And the reason for that is that the interview under caution is the opportunity for the police to gather evidence that can be presented to a court. So if necessary, the interview under caution can be played to the court as part of the evidence against the individual. So an individual subject to police investigation will either be under arrest or not. If they are under arrest, PACE, the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, sets out the treatment of detainees whilst they are in police custody. If they're not under arrest, then any interview is described as voluntary. It's a voluntary interview under caution. The interview under caution itself must start, as you would expect, with the caution. And the caution is this: you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something that you later rely on in court. Anything that you do say may be given in evidence. And that caution can be split into three parts. The first part, fairly straightforward: you do not have to say anything. What that means is the police cannot compel a suspect to explain, to give an account. They cannot be compelled to do so. You do not have to say anything. And the third part of the interview equally is reasonably straightforward. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, which means that the interview may be tape recorded, it may be video recorded, a contemporaneous note may be kept by the officer during the investigation, and what is said may be given as evidence by the prosecution to the court during any subsequent trial. The middle part of the caution is perhaps the most difficult to understand. It may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something that you later rely on in court. This concerns the adverse inference. It means that if an individual does not give an explanation when asked at interview, if they go to court and then provide an explanation, it means that the court may draw an adverse inference as to why the individual did not give an explanation to the investigator when the interview was conducted. So, concerning the procedure, the investigation, the individual will either be arrested or they will not. They will be free to come and go as they please. So either they will be taken to the police station or arrested at the police station and processed, and that is a whole separate area of procedure and law, or else they will attend voluntarily. They will be interviewed under caution. After the interview under caution, there is a number of options available to the police. First, the investigation may be dropped. That is known as no further action, NFA. Or the individual may be charged. That means that they are told that they will have to go to court, and either they will be kept for court and physically transported to court, or they will be given a bail date, a court date with or without police bail, in order for them to attend at the Magistrates' Court. Another option is for the investigation to conclude, but subsequently the individual is sent a summons or a requisition in the post telling them of a court date. And the other option that is available is a non-court disposal, and that might be something such as a police caution. So the procedure in outline: the individual will either be arrested or they will attend voluntarily. The central part of the police investigation will usually be the interview under caution, and at the conclusion of the investigation the police will either take no further action, or the matter will proceed to court, or there will be some sort of non-court disposal. So that is the procedure in outline. Each part of those outlines, as you may imagine, can be gone into in much more detail. It's a very long and complicated topic. The outline is covered under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984.